and welcome back to All Things Equilateral. This is my massive December and January book haul. Just call it winter. Also, I'm standing in our bedroom, and this is a little shelf that we have in there. And yes, I'm standing inside my dog's bed because that's what's next to the shelf. So, book haul. What books did you get for Christmas? I got a ton, apparently, and I bought a few too. So, the first 3 books in the book haul are all from my friend Katie B at Mundie Moms. Hey Katie. She sent me a totally surprise box for no apparent reason. And the box included the following series: The Burning Sky, The Perilous Sea, and The Immortal Heights. This series is by Sherry Thomas. I haven't heard that much about it. I know that when This Burning Sky came out, a whole bunch of people thought it was really well written. This is one of those savior prophecy type books, and it sounds like it's a high fantasy. So I'm looking forward to it because yay, completed series. Next, can you see what I'm holding? Probably. Next is a book that I'm dying to read. It's on my 2017 TBR, and I was very lucky to get the ARC. It is Blood Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves. Everything I Love, British High Society. A main character, Anna, who is a member of the Illuminatis, the ruling class who use magic to exercise power. So British and magic. Hello, I'm there. This book, you guys might have gotten a sneak peek when I was holding it, is John Lewis's graphic novel called March, or it's actually a set of 3 graphic novels. It's about his march with Martin Luther King. It's also illustrated and written by Andrew Aiden and Nate Powell. Some of you have seen pictures and bookstagrams of these graphic novels recently because they made it in the Amazon bestseller #1 spot, and I believe they also went back up the New York Times list. These are important books to have in our family library, and I have already read them. I thank Congressman Lewis for putting them out in graphic novel format because it just makes it so much more approachable. It's a historical account of the civil rights movement through his eyes, his personal experiences, and they are unbelievably powerful. Still standing on the dog bed. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. The next few books I keep saying I'm really excited about, but for those of you that don't know me, I am a huge Star Wars fan. I also like Claudia Gray's writing. I really enjoyed her time travel trilogy, and here she is writing about one of my favorite Star Wars characters, Princess Leia. Next book, not without some controversy, Carve the Mark. But first, please look at this cover. It's shimmery. Gotta love that. I've heard a lot of controversy about it. I'm not the biggest Veronica Roth fan. As some of you know, I did not like Divergent at all. Hated the world building. But I'm willing to give it a whirl. I kind of want to see what the controversy is about, and, I'll form my own opinion. The last 2 books are also ARCs. Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. I loved her first book, which was Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. If you haven't read it, it is all sorts of adorable. If you guys love Stephanie Perkins, you will love that story. In fact, Stephanie Perkins blurbed this book, and she says, Windfall is rich with the intensity of real love. It's in all its heartache and hope. Oh my gosh, this is going to be sad. So it's about a girl named Alice who buys the boy she loves a lottery ticket for his 18th birthday. He wins big, and it's the fallout off of that. I can hardly wait. I'm totally in the mood for this. Have you guys ever been in a book slump? If Kat were here, and she is just off camera, she would tell you I'm like in the biggest book slump ever. So maybe I'll just pick up one of these books and read it, just even though they're not going to come out for a while. Speaking of books that are not going to come out for a while, this is sequel to Rebel of the Sands, and it's called Traitor to the Throne. Anything with the word traitor in it, political intrigue, I'm there. I still have to read Rebel of the Sands. maybe that's the book I should read next. Now, do you have friends who enable you by posting lovely bookstagrams and just tweeting on about the book they're reading and how it's just so perfect and it sounds so good? Hi, Christy, or Tales of a Ravenous Reader. You are responsible for these next 3 books. Christy compared this book, Trouble is a Friend of Mine, by Stephanie Tromley, to Veronica Mars. So immediately I had to pick up the sequel as well. Trouble makes a comeback. You ready for it? It just sounds adorable. And again, hello, book slump. 2 books that could probably get me out of a slump. The next book, Christy hit like the arrow right through my heart, because she said, if you liked Allie Carter's Gallagher Girls, you will love this book. And it's You Don't Know My Name by Kristen Orlando. Christy didn't say that, John Green said that. But then when I retweeted it and I said, this is something that is a must read for me, obviously, because I adore the Gallagher Girls, Christy was like, oh yeah, you're gonna love this book. So yeah, you, Christy, stop. Kidding, Christy doesn't have to stop. Please don't stop ever, because I love talking about books more than anything in the world. Speaking of, the next book I heard quite a lot about, and I think it's gonna just hit all my little happy buttons all at once. It's The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. Christy, Nancy over at Tales of a Ravenous Reader, a bunch of booktubers have already covered it. Science fiction, but it sounds almost like high fantasy because of all the intrigue. Maybe I'll pick this one. I think I have like 3 or 4 science fiction selections, so maybe that's the genre that will, yeah, kick me out of this slumpo-matico. Next 2 books are by Gwenda Bond, and again, they sounded like books that I love, books about the circus. Girl on a Wire and Girl in the Shadows. So this is about a girl who is 18 years old and somehow gets possession of her father's circus in Vegas. And, you know, intrigue, circus acts. I love the circus. There's always something dark and slightly lurid happening there, at least in my mind. So I'm looking forward to these as well. The last 2 books were also inspired by booktubers. You know, I can't help myself. I walk into a bookstore and Kat and I happened to be there together and we were just perusing the shelves, and I said, you know what, I keep hearing about this book, so let's do what I always do, and I pick up the book and I read maybe a chapter from the first third of the book. I just open it up at random. And I opened this book up in a hysterical passage where I think we meet the character Magnus, which you all know already. Love a character named Magnus, so why not? A Shadow Bright and Burning. I'm thinking this is a really quick read. I don't know if it's standalone or not, but gosh, I hope it is. Again, maybe book slump could be the answer. This last book, I honestly don't know why I picked it up, except I kept hearing about it on BookTube, and I mean, look at the purple cover, you guys. Purple. I have nail polish that matches it. It looks so pretty. It's by Sarah Shepard, the author that writes Pretty Little Liars and a bunch of other books that have come out. This one, though, it sounds more intriguing than Who the Heck is A? This is about a cold case that has gone obviously unsolved, and about a message board where people help to solve the cold case crimes. It just sounds cool. I mean, there's a whole part of me that loves detective fiction and sleuthing probably more than anything. So I'm thinking, again, short book. I don't know if it's a standalone or not. Last 2 books I meant to read in December. Do you ever do that? I think I read Stephanie Perkins' My True Love Gave to Me in like June. You know, it doesn't matter to me. It's snowing right now outside my window here. And sometimes it's good to think about the snow in June. So I may read this for Valentine's Day or later on in the year. Jay Asher's Wet Light. Again, thank you, Katie. She snagged a copy for me at a book signing she was at. I think you guys already know it's about a girl whose family has a Christmas tree farm, and they live between the Christmas tree farm and the place where they sell the Christmas trees. She meets a boy. I'm sure there's love, and I'll be along for the ride. This is a standalone, super short. I'm thinking maybe it's time to read it now. Also, The 12 Days of Dash and Lily. I was struggling with this. I can't remember if I read it or not. I think I did. I might be confusing it with another book, but I need to reread, obviously, Dash and Lily, and then launch into this book. Again, super short, and they just sound like quirky characters that I know I'm gonna just fall in love with right away. So that is the ginormous book haul. It is a grand total of 18 books. Don't tell my husband. I might have to do some inventory management soon, donate some books to make ways for all of these. Anyway, what did you get in December and January? Did you guys buy books, or are you on a book buying ban like obviously I am now? Let me know down below. I'll also have links for all the books down below. And hey, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. I'll love you all the more. That sounded weird. I think I'm supposed to say something like a mother's love is stretchy right now, but the kids will kill me if I say that anyway. So hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye. Cut.